What is up, beautiful people around the world, and welcome to today's video where we're going to be looking at ENHYPEN with Blast Curse. This has only been released 4 hours ago, and I'm very excited to look at this video because it's supposedly supposed to be themed around the 2000 eras, aka the videos from back then I thought were the best. They were always exciting, they were always trying to make out of nothing something, and I really love this era of MV, so I'm excited to look at this video. On top of that, I have included a game to all of my videos. If you do want to win a discount code of 50%, all you have to do is find the small snippet that I've added into it. If you don't know what the snippet is, it's gonna be basically a picture of ENHYPEN. Try to find it, put the timestamp down below on where you saw the quick snippet, and I will make sure to contact you so that you can win the 50% discount on Fuku. That's basically what I'm wearing right now, and I would just say let's start with the video. Alrighty, I would say let's start with the video. I also really hope that it's gonna be exciting because I really love the 2000 themes, and this is always exciting. You know, I love when people go back to the roots a little bit and try to make art out of it. So I would just say let's start with the video and see what it's all about. Look at that. Even just look at the back. You know, you have the countdown. I think this is New Year, and oh yeah, it already says there, Happy New Year 1999, and then we go to 2000s. 2000 was an important year for a lot of people because it's more or less the new era, and this is when technology really just started booming. It's amazing how it also went with the year 2000. Very nice shot, actually. Okay, before we continue, I want to just analyze this, okay? Because I saw a bit of a difference. If we look at this shot and we look at the next shot, they look a bit different. This seems a little bit warmer. You can also see, again, they put some face softening on the face. I'm not a big fan of it because you can actually just see it on the text that it starts fading away a little bit. You know, that's because of this, the effect itself. It's just, it's not the nicest, if I can say so. Especially if you look at the glasses, it's nice and sharp, and then his face is a little bit faded. Not the nicest effect. Stop using it. Okay. It's very sharp, if I can say so. Like, if I thought they were going with a 2000 theme, maybe I thought they would maybe put a layer of grain on top of it, something, you know, to make it look a little bit fuzzy, because back then you only had HD cameras, if I remember correctly, if not 480p cameras, and maybe they could have played with that a little bit, you know, to sell the 2000s era still. Nice shots. Again, beautifully wide, picking up all the artists. I always get fascinated a lot by these kind of scenes. Where is it? I can't find it. Where's the red scene? Come on, come on, come on, come on. This one. I always get fascinated by these small scenes because theoretically they're very simple to set up. This is like a 2x2 room. They put some stuff on the walls, but yet it becomes its own unique studio, its own unique place to film, and it has its own unique characteristics, which I think is great. It's not always about making things big. It's also just utilizing small rooms and trying to make the most out of it. And on top of that, you can actually see the light on the top here to just illuminate the room a little bit better. And it's with milk glass, and then there's most likely a spotlight on top of it, making it look as if it was the sunlight. Very nice. Very nice. Great shots. Really cool shot there, actually, that I just want to point on. It's a very nice way to just transition something. You know, as if someone was holding the camera and he's like, yo, I'm controlling you, and then boom, you're on me. It's the sense of that this person now is controlling the scene. Shows dominance. Very nice with the angel, actually, the angel wings in the middle. Very nice. The one thing that I noticed that they do very good here, and it's something that I always try to say, is just play with what you have. Here, for example, it's just a room and they put like a red foil on top of it. Very simple, you know, it's not complicated. It will cost you a couple of bucks to do this. Of course, you gotta get a lot of foil, but it's much cheaper than making it fully red with paint, for example. But what I like here is, if you look at the light here, they actually put the word liar on a piece of glass, and they have a very strong spotlight shining through it. And I really mean strong, or else you wouldn't get the words actually reflected, or the shadows of the words actually on the wall here. So this is really cool. What I also want to say is that I love that they're actually wearing very heavy contrasted clothing compared to the scene, aka they stand out very well. For example, here you got the beautiful skin tones again, but he's wearing black and it fits very nice with the red. Really nice. They really love the fisheye here. You can see the distortion. It's basically like it opens up the face a little bit. It makes it a bit wider. I like these kind of shots. It's a lot of it. And also in the 2000s era, they did tend to use them a lot. So I understand why they actually went with it. It's not my favorite because it looks so modern, if you know what I mean. I think this is shot in 4K even. But what I want to say is that it is just great that they still utilize this because it is something that was used a lot in 2000. Lip sync is also spot on what I see so far. Really nice. Very nice. What's also very nice about this scene, and it's something I point out quite a lot, is that the room looks spacious. It gives all the members quite a lot of space to move around in. What I'm not a big fan of is that when you have a big group, you know, even let's say any big group with more than 4 people, I would say, it's basically an issue that when the room becomes tight, it doesn't give them the space to breathe, and it feels like everything is a little bit claustrophobic. While here it just looks nice and open, it looks like it's usable, and it looks like everyone has the space to do the choreography where it should. And I like that much more than everything being cramped in a small little room. It doesn't do anything for the group, and it feels, again, I feel very claustrophobic looking at it. Very nice as well with the red hair color again. And also, if you want to understand what color grading actually is, this is a very good example. I think on the next scene here, look at this hair. You know, on the hair, his hair here is nice and pink. It has a bit of yellow in it. If you look at the next scene, it's a little bit more orange. It's a little bit more tainted. It looks like the colors have faded. But that is basically what a color grade is. Again, I would always hide and say, okay, you need to make sure that all the colors look accurate. But you can see that with the dance choreography, everything is a little bit more accurate with color. While in the next one, it's a little bit more faded. It's part of the storytelling. And it always makes sense to split and differentiate these shots so the people, the viewers, us know exactly what we're looking at. Are we looking at the choreography part, or are we looking at a story part, or a build-up shot, or a beauty shot type of shot? Many type of shots actually. Man, I really love using that fisheye though. Nice transition. I really like this effect. Again, it's just playing with the illusions, you know, that because of the wings that they put on the back there, and then boom, it looks as if he's like the devil or something like that. Really nice. Also adds to the theme, you know, the red, blessed, cursed, and then you have the heavy contrast, you know, between blessed and cursed, because these are very contradicting words to each other. And then you have the blue as if it was the blessed part, and then you have the cursed part, which is red. Very nice contrast. I love when there's nice contrast in the video. You can see, however, that with the MV that they really just want to make sure that everything is still tack sharp. I would have still maybe have added maybe a bit of grain to it, you know, add a bit of rusticness to it, because it looks way too modern if they were trying to go for a 2000 style of theme. And because back then this was only quality that people dreamed of, you know, no one even knew that this was possible. But that's what I'm trying to say, you know, that maybe adding a little bit of grain, a little bit of, you know, parts that made it look as if it came from the 2000s, even maybe putting it into a 4:3 ratio might have helped you, but it looks beautiful either way. Can you imagine in what world we would live if this was the video quality back in 2000? Like, where would we be now actually? Like, where do you guys think... That's a good question. Where do you guys actually think we're going to be in 20 years with video quality? Are we going to be looking at 8K video, 12K? What is going to come next? Because this is really, really sharp. Okay, let's analyze this. So this was all CGI, of course, like they just emulated it. You know, it's a question whether you like it. I'm still not a fan of bad CGI. I don't know if this did anything for the scene, actually. Like, it's nice that they added a bit of an explosion, but does it do anything for the music video? In all honesty, if I look at the video, I think this would have added nothing. So maybe just leave it out. I'm not a big fan of bad CGI. Very nice scenes. Just look at the space they have. It also gives... Oh, there we can actually see something really cool. Do you guys actually see all the equipment in the background? We have a light bar here, and there is another light bar behind him, and then we have another light source here. It shows how important lighting actually is. You really just want no shadows. I always thought that I should pick up some of these light bars as well. What do you guys think? Should I just buy one and just review it with you guys? Maybe there is a real good use for it. Maybe not. Maybe I can just put it like over my monitor when I make videos. Maybe it's going to simplify everything instead of using all the ones that I have here. So I have a light source here, I have a light source there, LED panels. Maybe that is something that we could look at, but it's always nice to see some of the equipment. It's something you should normally hide, but again, it's nice for me that I can analyze it actually. Very nice though. Look at the space. It also gives a lot of space for the camera to move around in, you know, that it allows you to get shots from the side, from the top, from the bottom, from extreme angles. And one thing that I noticed with very tight spaces, and again, I have to go back to it, when you have tight spaces, the camera angles tend to be very boring because the camera just doesn't have place to move. And what they try to do is to try to make really wide shots, but they just cannot be too wide because if they do, it's going to basically show the sides of the studio, which they can't display, you know. So it's a really, yeah, guys, use big areas like this. Use this video as a reference. It really works. And for studios, it makes it a little bit more fun as well to look at these kind of videos. That was cool. Awesome choreography as well. Some of the shots though, let's go back to it as well. Some of the shots are a little bit quick. Like, let's go through it. Like, I know what they're trying to do there, and we're in the last few seconds now of the video, but they tried to capture some beauty shots and some action shots from all the different members. But let's see how quick they actually go, because they are really quick. That one was okay. This one is okay as well. This one was a bit short in my opinion. It seems like they just want to add something to it. I think it's a great shot, but maybe in slow-mo or something, you know, to extend it a little bit, because at the moment it just seems like boom, boom, and it doesn't really add anything to it. It just seems that they had another shot and they wanted to include it. Like, these shots are great, you know, all the same color codes, very easy to understand, all the different members. If they tend to differentiate between each other heavily, like colors, like one is a black background and all of a sudden you have it with the sand and a little bit more white, it's a little bit too different and it's a bit more shocking to the eyes. You have to keep everything as neutral as possible if you want to be quick. Like, see, this is very clean. That was clean. That one shot was just a little bit out of place in my opinion. And I think that's it, no? The new album. Great. So that was Blessed Cursed with ENHYPEN. I just want to say this was a really fun video. You know, it was nice to see how they tried to get back to the 2000s era. I like that they wanted to. I still hoped that they actually went a little bit more with adding a bit more effect to it to make it a little bit more of a feel as if we were in the 2000s. Back then, again, we didn't have good cameras. We had what we had, and we had like 480p, maybe 720p also at the beginning, but nothing too crazy. You know, widescreen back then was a luxury. So it's interesting to see what they did with it. From angle wise, from color grades, I think they are great. They look very interesting. I'm happy that they made the difference between all the different shots, aka when is the choreography, when is it part of the story, or trying to show some beauty shots. It's nice that they actually differentiated it. I think this is very important because it just allows people to focus, okay, this is going to be choreography, this is story. What does what? And that's really nice what they did here. And of course, guys, thank you very much for stopping by to this video, and I hope you really enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you subscribe, make sure to put your recommendations on what you want me to review next in the comments below. It could be an ENHYPEN, it could not be, it's up to you, but I'm always very curious on what you actually have to say as well. So I'll see you on the next video, and stay safe, okay? We are there together, and together we can win. See you then.